Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Today we're staying close to home, but we're still gonna try for some trophy fish.
Hey, John Gillespie!
This is phenomenal. Massive Slavosaurus Big Butt Muscalungo. Hey guys, I got an 11 pounder. Look at that thing, man. Oh no! Look at the tummy on that thing too, buddy.
That's a toad.
Yes, folks, we're on one of the busiest recreational lakes in the state of Wisconsin. This is Pewaukee Lake, about a 20-minute drive from downtown Milwaukee. And Matt, the last month and a half, you and I have been trying to do shows in southeastern Wisconsin where guys can actually come and catch really nice fish.
Yeah, John, we have a ton of great lakes within 45 minutes of Milwaukee, going south to Lake Geneva, Delavan, swinging all the way around through all the Waukesha County lakes and heading north.
Of course, Pewaukee Lake, which we're on today, is really well known for muskies, one of the better muskie lakes in the Midwest. But today we're going to target, there's bass, largemouth and smallmouth, and walleyes.
Yep, and there's some nice pike in here too. So we're gonna fish where the fish usually are, and that's on the weed lines. That's what we're gonna focus on today.
Okay, we got special guests today. We'll introduce them in a second, but this warm weather, you can catch fish this close to Milwaukee.
Absolutely, we will.
All right, hey folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this. Hey folks, as you know, I switched to an Evinrude E-Tech G2 this year. I couldn't be happier. My E-Tech G2 is cutting-edge innovation at its finest, and along with the Recon 2185, the performance and fuel economy I'm getting with this boat package is better than anything on the market. And now my friends at Mills Fleet Farm and Evinrude would like to share this experience with you. From now until October the 15th, go to any Mills Fleet Farm store and enter the Evinrude and Mills Fleet Farm Summer on the Water sweepstakes for your chance to win an Evinrude E-Tech G2 and Recon 985 SC boat package, along with some other great prizes. And make sure to check out the full Evinrude lineup at evinrude.com. Folks, I'll tell you what, the greatest addition that we've had this summer, other than Baby William, is the Quickset Tent by Clam. Is this awesome or what?
Yeah, super awesome.
Super awesome. The cool thing is it sets up in 40 to 45 seconds. One person can do it, and it's good to go. But look at how big it is on the inside. There's plenty of room for a picnic table and 8 chairs. Everybody sits in there and enjoys themselves. Again, the Quickset by Clam sets up in 45 seconds.
It's shady and completely bug-free. I love the Quickset by Clam. Check out all the Quickset models at clamoutdoors.com.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
You have a choice, turf or surf. It's fishing season. Welcome to the outdoors. We're baiting, casting, drifting, and limiting out. The outdoors never felt so good. Catch, release, and keepers. The outdoors never tasted so good. It's fishing season. We are outdoors. Mills Fleet Farm.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As I mentioned at the top of the program, chasing bass, walleyes, anything we can catch on Pewaukee Lake in Waukesha County. And we have 2 special guests today. We have Eric and we have Matt. And how did you guys get in the boat with us?
Well, we had a auction that we won for a charity at St. Jerome's Church.
In Oconomowoc.
Yep, you bet.
And you have to spend the day with me.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard. And where are you from?
Oconomowoc.
Oconomowoc. Okay, and we got Matt here. Matt, welcome aboard. And you excited?
Very excited to fish with you, John. Thank you.
Okay, well, you should be more excited to fish with Matt because, you know, he's called the Bass Doctor.
I've heard that. I'm looking forward to him proving it, though.
All right, well, we're going to have fun today, guys, and you really don't know what you're going to catch out here.
Well, that's kind of the beauty of it.
I know.
Yeah, the mystery of fishing.
Matt's going to be the first to connect up.
He's got a giant.
Oh, this is a big
He's got a giant
fish, it's a big fish. Holy cow. Wait till you guys see the size of this thing, man. Oh, my gosh. Hey. Boy, that is a gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
Now,
Boy.
Matt, have you
Hold
caught
like
bigger
this.
bass than that?
You know what? I got to be honest with you. That is the biggest bass of my life.
That is
So-
really cool, man.
We started off just a tick slow this morning. It took about 10 minutes to get our first fish in, but all of a sudden this guy showed up, and Matt, you've totally redeemed yourself.
On the
You are
wacko,
something
John.
else,
On the
yeah.
wacko, yeah.
Look at the mouth on that thing, folks.
That is gorgeous.
get
Hey,
him-
Matt,
get
tell
her
the
back.
folks what you do for a living, buddy.
I work for Hoyt Archery.
Okay.
So I sell Hoyt and Eastern arrows, and I've been doing that for 9 years. So I'm just pretty much living the outdoor lifestyle. Love to hunt and fish, but when it comes to fishing, I'm a bit of an amateur. So it's nice to get out in the boat with you guys and learn a trick or two. And obviously, to land my biggest bass of my life is just unbelievable. I'm on cloud 9. If that's the last fish I catch today, it's a great day on the water.
Hold them up, Matt, one more time. Yeah, before we, and we want to get a still picture of that too. Gorgeous fish. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.
Matty B.
Hooked up, John.
You need the note and net, buddy?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Guys, grab that Frable and
It's a
get
ni-
up there,
it's a
man.
nice fish.
Somebody's going to have to net him. Ooh, now there's
Nice
a nice
fish.
largemouth, Matty B.
Nice fish.
You know, we should mention to the folks, too, that we've caught a couple that we haven't filmed. But after you release that fish, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're using. And it's not fast fishing, but it's trophy fishing, right? You get some big fish in here.
Yes, Pewaukee's got a lot of big fish, and you just got to grind it out. And I always say you got key windows throughout the time when these fish are going to feed, and you got to be there.
One thing I want to ask you, buddy, is I see these big weed cutting machines going by all the time. Does that ruin the fishing on the weed flats?
Well, John, during the weekdays, they run the machines a lot in southeastern Wisconsin. I think these fish get accustomed to it. If you see a weed machine going down the shoreline, don't go fish behind it. Wait a little while if it's one of your favorite stretches, and maybe go back in an hour or so and let it settle down, and you're going to catch fish.
Hey, here we go, Matt. Come on back here. I want to talk to you for a second anyway, buddy. Ooh, that's a decent bass right there. There we go.
Nice fish, John.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
You know what's interesting, folks, and we kind of got dark colored water out here on Pewaukee Lake. You know me and the baby bass color. You say baby bass doesn't work that good here. You want to go with a darker type color?
Yeah, with all the rain we've had the last month in southern Wisconsin, there's clear spots because the weeds filter out the water, but then there's other areas out here where the water's dirty. So when we get to this dirty stretch like we're on, I like the black blue. The silhouette shows up better, John.
Yeah.
When we get to the clear water, I like the green pumpkin.
And you know, people ask me that too at seminars all the time, like on a cloudy day or at night. Everybody assumes that you should use a lighter color. That's not true. Especially on a cloudy day, they can see a darker silhouette into the sky better than they can a lighter color.
Absolutely, especially in dark water.
Matt, I got one down here, buddy, that
Nice
you're
job.
gonna need the Frable.
I'm coming.
It got caught in the weeds, and I actually thought it was a weed until my rod started throbbing.
Oh yeah, look at that
There
jumbo.
you go. That's a beautiful fish. Yeah, give me 5. That was really interesting, folks. As we looked at the hummingbird before and saw how thick those weeds are, I felt the bite, and then all I felt was like heavy weeds. You know what I mean?
You got to be ready to set the hook because you don't want them to bury you in this thick milfoil out here, John.
Now, what are these fish doing in these heavy weed flats late July and August?
Well, I think there's 2 things going out here on Pewaukee. 1, a lot of muskies. They got to
Right.
get in the thick weeds to hide from them. And 2, that's where all the bluegills live. So what these fish do is they're round up. I think you get 4, 5, 6 of these big ones, and they're round the bluegills up and they're eating them.
So, unlike other lakes that you and I have shown this summer, like Big Green and Delafield, you like the weed flats instead of the edges.
Out here, the weed flats is the ticket, and a lot of the other lakes, it's the weed lines.
Hey, Matt, back of the boat, buddy. Here he comes. We're going to cook our brats, and, you know, that's not a bad fish, Matt, but it is interesting when you're going through these big weed flats like this, Matt. Some of these fish are, you know, 12, 13 inches, and some are 4 or 5 pounds. If they don't school up by size this time of the year?
Yeah, John, a lot of times they do within a pound of each other, but it's been an interesting day. They're making us work, and it's been one big one here, and then, like you said, a couple small ones. So I'm hoping at some point today we hit one of those packs where we catch 4 or 5 big ones out of one little area.
What's interesting, though, is these weeds, you know, in 8 feet of water are growing to with almost a foot of the surface, and you're almost getting weeds on every cast.
Yep, you got to just, you got to hit those holes. And when the water's dirty because of all the rain, you can't see them, so it's not as easy, but you got to keep casting, pick the weeds off, but as soon as you make the right cast in the right pocket, you're going to connect.
You know, guys, summertime in the Midwest means Johnsonville's, and I love to take a little break when we're fishing out here, and a little break because we have smoked sausage today. Johnsonville smoked sausage. These are called Better with Cheddars, 100% premium pork, and then we stuff some Wisconsin cheddar cheese in there. And what's nice about these is they're pre-cooked, so all I got to do is throw them on the old grill for 10 minutes maybe, turn them a few times. You don't want to let those skins burst and let the juices out. So about 10 minutes and they're good to go.
That's good.
Isn't that good? All right, Matt, go ahead, buddy. You're from Madison. So?
I'd have to give it the double thumbs up.
Double thumbs
and
up.
I don't break that up for just any occasion.
No, Johnsonville's are great. And the Better with Cheddars, folks, when you're in a hurry, they're a quick sausage, aren't they?
Oh, fantastic.
We are fishing Pewaukee Lake in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, on half-hour drive from Milwaukee, 1.5 hours from Chicago, and 5 hours from Minneapolis. Folks, running a big two-stroke engine this year, I've really gotten to rely on the Amsoil Hp Marine. This really makes my engine run better, doesn't it, Len?
It does. We do a lot of testing behind the scenes on these particular products, and a couple of the big things to think about is wear protection and detergency. We make sure that there's nothing building up inside that engine. We're also protecting it from wear, because these are the things you don't look at until something happens. So we make sure it doesn't.
And a lot less smoke, right?
Right. That's something that we actually do. We look at trying to produce less smoke. That's one of the major things.
And for more information on both the HP 2-stroke and 4-stroke Marine, you can go to
Amsoil.com.
The new Acme Rattlemaster has a built-in echo chamber with a brass rattle that calls fish in. The body's solid brass too and won't bend or dull, and reflects fish attracting light all over the water column. This 1-2 punch of sight and sound means you make less casts, because the fish come to you. Rip it or shake it for crappie, walleye, northern salmon, or trout, and experience multi-species action with just one bait.
Folks, when I head out to fish, I always stock up on my favorite Baitmate fish attractants. Dale, I just put that Baitmate on, man. Baitmate offers a complete line of fish attractants and convenient spray bottles for every angler and every species of fish. Improve your chances of catching fish with Baitmate fish attractants. It just makes sense. Hey folks, John Gillespie here. Don't forget to submit your entry to the Baitmate Fish Attractant Catch of the Week contest. Simply post your image or short video with your fish and Baitmate product used with hashtag Baitmate to be entered to win our weekly prizes. All entries will be submitted for the end of the year summer grand prize, a televised fishing trip for two with me, John Gillespie, sponsored by Baitmate Fish Attractants. For full contest details, visit baitmate.com. And congratulations to Tyler from Wisconsin. He caught this largemouth using his Baitmate. Folks, what we're doing right now is working big weed flats. If you take a look at the Humminbird, anywhere between 8 and 10 feet of water, and it's just matted weeds. And what I'm doing is using a wacko, and I'm using no sinker at all. You just want to kind of free float that down. And Matt, once it does sink, how do you work it? Is it a twitch or what?
Yep, so I'm throwing it out, John. I like to count to about 7. Let it get down into those weeds. When you're in 10 feet of water, those weeds grow up to about 5 feet thick. I want that wacko to sink and kind of sit on top of those weeds, give it a couple twitches, and then you let it fall back down. There's big holes in all these milfoil patches out here, and when it falls down to the hole, that's when you get a bit a lot of times.
Big Eric, all right, he's got one on now, Matt. I tell you what, this
like
might be this looks like a good fish. It really does. Here he comes.
Oh yeah.
Now there is a nice largemouth bass. All right, Eric, stand next to Matt there, buddy, so we can hear you. And that's a real nice fish there. What happened on that, Eric?
Well, he bit my hook and then I pulled it.
So that's the scientific way to catch bass.
That's all true.
No, but that's a nice sized fish right there too. And again, just working a big old weed flat, and it does require patience. It's not a lot of bites, is it, Matt?
No, you got to grind it out some days, and these pressure lakes, you got to fish slow. We always say fish slow, and here's the results.
So Eric, that's a nice bass, buddy.
Yeah, this is up there with one of the bigger bass I've ever caught.
Well, tell the folks what you do, buddy. What do you do for a living?
I work in the medical field.
Okay.
I'm a rep for surgical implants.
He still got. He
Oh,
hasn't
it's not
taken
as
his
big,
off the hook yet,
but it's
Matt.
a fish.
Not a big fish, buddy, but a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can do your old Matt flip in there, buddy, with that one. Now, step back before you take a picture there, Eric. No, step back with Matt so we can show the difference in size there. But that goes back to Matt's theory, though, seriously, about bass swimming and hanging out together, right, Matt?
Absolutely, John.
And that is interesting, and that's a small one and a big one. Well, folks, fishing a little deeper water here, Matt, I put on a Jerko, and I don't know what I have, pal, but it feels pretty heavy. Get back here with that Frable, man. Did you put the boat on spot lock?
Yes, I did.
Good job, man.
Wow, you got
Ooh,
something
yeah,
good here.
Here he comes. Sheep's head.
What?
Now that I have never seen
never
on
seen
Pewaukee
one.
Lake.
Never have seen one out here, John.
Wow.
Ever.
I thought, man, I got a good fish on here
Right.
and everything else. Now, I fish Winnebago, as you know, a lot in the Bay of Green Bay.
Right.
Those are common, but I have never heard of one in a Waukesha County lake, have
No, I have never seen one. I've been fishing these lakes for 20 years.
you? No, so that's an unusual catch.
Yes, very special catch.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, maybe Eric wants to take him home to eat.
He
but,
might.
No, they're not very good eating, but no, that is, I didn't even know they were in this lake.
I have never seen one out here in 20 years.
Yeah, isn't that something?
That's
and,
wild.
We're fishing kind of a deep break line right now, hoping that some smallies might be up there.
Right.
And there's that old sheep's head.
Unreal.
Yep. Well, at least it was a big one. Ooh, Matt's got one on in the front. Wow.
This is a good one.
This could be a real good one. Where's that Frable? Where's that Frable?
Oh, he's down in the weeds.
Yeah,
he's down
he
in
is.
the weeds.
Ooh,
yeah.
that's bending that rod.
Nice
Ooh,
fish.
Get him, Matty. Nice fish.
All right.
You know, and I'll tell you what, folks, Matty B was talking, whining about changing lakes and everything else. And I said, no, let's hang out here for a while, try one more spot. But hold him up in front of you there, Matt.
Yeah.
That's a nice, solid bass.
Not a bad fish. He hit it pretty hard too. A lot of the fish been biting pretty light today, but there was no mistake in this one. He cranked on it pretty good. So.
But we are actually, Matt, we should be honest, we're actually thinking about switching lakes. And that's the beauty about fishing out here in lake country.
Yes.
You got a choice of 6, 7 different lakes for the evening fishing.
Right, within 10 minutes. So yeah, we might switch up and see what happens here, but this is a good sign.
Hey, here we go, Matty B.
Hey,
Matty
we
B.
got a
What do you need?
He's
the Frable,
pulling.
buddy?
Yeah, I'd say.
You guys grab that net,
Might
get
as
up there,
well.
man. That's your job. Way to go there, Matt.
He's not a giant, but
No.
geez, he was fighting. He was fighting like a big one.
Hey, you know, one thing I want to ask you, though, Matt, you get on these lakes that are close to metropolitan areas, whether it's Milwaukee or Minneapolis, where they have a lot of lakes in the metro area, is the early morning and evening, we're getting towards late afternoon now. Does the fishing usually get better on these city lakes?
Yeah, John, I mean, there's no doubt about it. The low light periods, the first 2 hours in the morning and the evenings are usually the best. But I always say there's a good feeding window, usually late morning or early afternoon. So hopefully the last couple hours here, these fish get fired up.
Hey, Ryan, I know you do a good job getting all of our shows on online. How can people watch this year's shows?
Well, we're on YouTube now, so all you got to do is do a search for Gillespie Fishing and you'll see our Waters and Woods channel pop up first, and we have a playlist for all the 2017 episodes.
And for past years?
Just go to our website, it's gillespiefishing.com, and you'll find all the necessary links to find the previous years there.
Whoever coined the phrase, less is more, wasn't much of a fisherman. He probably talked himself into a V6 when he could have got a V8, settled for 100 horsepower instead of 250, and went home empty-handed when he should have doubled down. Introducing the Solix series. From Mega Imaging to AutoChart Live to CrossTouch, Solix has all of fishing's most innovative technologies on our biggest screen ever. Because more is more. Only from Humminbird.
Nice.
Ooh, Matty, you got us on a good spot here, buddy. That's
fish for
about,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a smallmouth, you guys. I'm not sure.
Oh,
We'll
did he
see.
rip it?
We'll
Look at
see.
him go.
Yeah,
He's
that
just
might be a
bulldogging
smallie.
it.
Is it a smallie, Matt?
I think it's a largemouth. They're just fighting. They got a little extra spunk in
Come
here.
around your side.
Okay, yeah, just keep her going, keep her going. Boy, I'll tell you what, that Matt's been a hot angler
No,
today.
it is a smallie.
What is it?
It is a smallmouth.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's a smallmouth. It's a smallmouth, guys. There you go.
Nice job.
Hey, Matty B, who made the call on that?
Yeah, that was nice.
No,
job.
when he came out of the water, that was interesting. And you know,
he is.
that's a smallmouth, but look at the real pretty coloring on that. Hey Matt,
Yes.
their size, don't they fight?
Oh my God! I tell you what, for a fish this size, it fooled me. I thought it was a lot bigger fish, but it was a lot of fun, obviously, bringing this thing in.
Matty B.
Hooked up, John.
All right, buddy. And we have actually the bites. Hey, we got two on at a time.
Got a
here.
doubler.
Hey, Eric, slide up next to Matt there. Matt's is a little bit bigger than yours, but that's a good sign, Matt. Hey, Eric,
Oh, he's
we
got
don't
a little
like to see your
smallmouth.
back. Turn around.
Oh, sorry,
Hey.
buddy.
Turn around, stand up there next to Matt. A smallmouth
sorry.
and a largemouth, and the largemouth is obviously bigger. But we should tell the folks, Matt, we've had, 3-4 hour lull in the middle of the day, and we're gonna stick it out till dark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping we get one more good flurry here and get a couple nice fish.
What do you got? What do you got?
I don't know. It feels good though.
Okay, well, we got our Frable experts with us here.
It's got me doubled over.
Ooh, he does have you
nice
doubled
fish.
over, buddy.
Nice fish. That's a nice run.
All right, smallie or large?
Largy. Looked like a largy, John, but he is pulling. Here he comes.
All right,
Oh,
Matt,
he won't give up.
That's a good job.
There's a good
nice
fish.
fish,
nice.
buddy.
There's a nice
That is
fish.
a beautiful bass.
Oh yeah.
And I got to admit, and you got to admit, that Ryan, the photographer, was going to give up, wasn't he?
He was. He's been trying to. Oh yeah, we got to get him fired back up, but that little tubby will get him fired back up.
No, but I mean, we were all getting a little down there after 3-4 hours of no fish.
Yeah.
And, you just got to hang in there, right?
It's fishing. You gotta grind and hopefully you capitalize on a couple key feeding windows.
Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2017 Fishing Contest. Mark Pallister of Chicago caught this 23-inch smallmouth on Presque Isle Lake on a grass pig. Vince Ostrenga of Glendale, Wisconsin, boated this 23-inch largemouth on Lake Beulah on a crankbait. Sue Bowers of Ham Lake, Minnesota, caught this 15-inch crappie on Lake Wabigoon on a jig and minnow. Kyle Scholes of Oshkosh caught this 34-inch salmon on Lake Michigan. He was using a fly and dodger. And this week's kids winners are Evan Qualman of Oak Creek, caught this 23-inch bass on a private pond on a nightcrawler. And Andrew Gillian of Delano, Minnesota, boated this 43-inch muskie on Lake of the Woods on a crayfish. Our adult winners will receive a $25 Mills Fleet Farm gift card. Our kids winners a Plano tackle box. Remember, folks, Mills Fleet Farm has everything you need for fishing, including snacks and your fishing license. Mills Fleet Farm is your fishing gear headquarters. Boy, you are picking that weed edge apart, Matt.
Oh, they're out there now. They're getting fired up. They're getting a little later in the day.
Need the nable? You need
Yeah,
the
let's
nable?
net them just so I don't break my line. I'm
Yeah.
only running 8-pound Seaguar here.
Okay. Oh, that's a nice fish.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a nice fish, man.
Nice.
Hand them right up to
They
Matt.
are chunky little
Hey,
buggers.
that's one thing I wanted to ask you about, Matt, is the type of line that you recommend for this type of fishing, and what do you run for bass fishing?
Yeah, so bass fishing, I think the perfect is 8-pound Seaguar Invis-X on a spinning rod. 8-pound is perfect. It's super strong. You can do a lot of different things with it. And then when I go to a bait caster, if I'm running straight fluoro, I think 15-pound test is the best all-around line.
What makes Seaguar so good?
Super strong, and it holds up to zebra mussels and rocks and stuff, and it's just really abrasion resistant.
And what I do is I'll use the Smackdown on my spinning reel and use the fluorocarbon, the Seaguar like 10-pound test Invis-X as leader material.
Correct. And when you're running the braid, John, on the spinning rod, stay between that 10 and 15-pound test.
Look at old Eric there, man. I'll tell you what, he's hung in there all day, hasn't he, Matt? And he catches, look at this. And we'll hold him up. I mean, there you go. There. Hey, actually,
a rock bass.
for a rock bass, that's not bad. And you know, Eric, a lot of people say those aren't good to eat, and they really are, actually. But you gonna count that as a fish?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, I know over the years you've fished in a lot of different boats with a lot of different engines. This year, I have the Evinrude. What do you think so far?
The whole shot, John, I absolutely love it. And the top end speed rock and rolls.
Well, that E-Tech G2 has great two-stroke technology. That's what gives it the power. But you know what? With all that power and all that speed, you also get 15% better gas mileage than other engines.
Well, that's awesome because I make a lot of long runs and fish a lot of big bodies of water.
Yeah, and you can check that out, by the way, at evinrude.com. Boy, I was just telling you to leave the spot, too. Is it a good fish, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a smallmouth because he is just bulldogging, John. Look at him go. Oh, yeah, look at him go.
Man. Well, battle him.
Oh, I can't put any more pressure on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's pulling hard.
Oh, nice, buddy. Look at that rod bending, man.
Oh, and now he's down
in the weeds?
Yeah, I got him out. I got him out.
Get him in the net.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. That is a beauty. Pass him up to Matt.
Nice.
Now there, hey, Matt, and I was giving you some heat about moving, right?
Right. Get the spot lock on. Look at the gut on that thing. That looks like a May springfish.
Boy, that is a gorgeous bass. And seriously, we're on a weed point here that drops down into deep water, folks. And we spent about 20 minutes here, and you had one pike on, but you decided to stick it out for a few more casts. Why?
Because I've caught some big ones down inside here in the past, John, so I just had to keep going, and look at that. He's just a chunk rock.
Boy, that is a gorgeous fish,
yeah,
buddy.
it is.
On the weenie?
On the weenie drop shotting.
That Caitlin's weenie, man, the last couple times that you and I have fished have produced when bigger baits haven't.
Yes, yep. Finesse, small baits do catch big fish.
Hold them out one more time. I mean, that really is a solid fish.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Matt Bichanich guides bass on a daily basis. For more information, give Matt a call. That phone number is 414-331-1681. 331-1681. Hey folks, this Stingray cutting tool is the most convenient and sharpest tool I've ever had in the boat. 30-pound braid, look at that, man, like butter. And you can also trim with this two-piece?
Yeah, you can trim tight to jigs, lures, and just, you know, it'll actually take the knot off. And again, it'll be, you know, your mono, your fluoro, whatever it is. And on up to my 130-pound test muskie line, it's gonna slice it like butter.
And we never have to say, hey, Ryan, get the knife.
Yeah, get the knife, Ryan. If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Mark, get him in there. Army tank Daredale. Oh, there is a big boy. I mean, I just can't believe this, folks. Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish. Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're going to weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did. Good day, buddy. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Man. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, dollar day!
Hey, John Gillespie! Hey, John Gillespie! Hey, John Gillespie! He's the fishing man, fishing